My name is Martin Mayer from Amatis Training, and we're just interviewing Keith. Keith has very kindly agreed to be interviewed for our social media purposes. Now, Keith has passed his Modelling Business Processes exam. So first of all, congratulations, Keith. And I'd just like to ask you, first of all, how did you find the course? Because you followed the e-learning route. So how did you find the course in terms of the materials, the case studies, the examples, and of course, the games and the sample paper?
I quite liked the course, so I did it entirely online, and it was very, very easy to follow. I quite liked the pace of the amount of information that was given to me on each course. Structurally it was good. It was broken down into like 4 or 5 main parts really well. And I think the content itself was very relevant, as I've worked within banking and telecommunications for over 20 years, and lots of the examples resonated with me quite closely. Certainly the kind of looking at an organizational view of a company and how interdepartmental issues can occur and silos can kind of appear there, and this is what the course is supposed to address is processes that can work around that. And then I think as the course progresses, it goes into much more detail into the actual processes themselves, and again it felt very relevant and as part of the course where it looks at handoffs between different and swim lanes between different actors and how that can create inefficiencies and error exception cases, and that's something that I have experienced. It's something I've had pains of dealing with throughout my working life. So it certainly it feels like it is very relevant.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's interesting because we obviously, from our own experience as the writer in the course, all the BCS exams have contributed. Obviously, there's a lifetime's work in there, really, and we've come across those problems too. So, did you use the app at all for either the sample paper or the knowledge checks or any other kind of learning that you were going through?
No, I didn't use the app. So I've been in the house because of the current pandemic and restrictions. I hadn't used the app. Had I perhaps been commuting or something like that, then maybe it would be different. I had no use for it as I was in the house, had the desktop and the big screen available to me at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so another question that will particularly interest a few people would be: how did you find the exam? Obviously, you did the BCS exam, you passed. So how did you find that?
The exam was okay. It was harder than I had expected. It was all right. I mean, I was prepared enough to pass the exam. Certainly, I suppose what I would say is there was quite a lot of heavy reading in the exam, so there was quite a lot of comprehension to go into each question before you even got to the questions. I suppose that was quite challenging from that point of view. But in the kind of plus side, the exam conditions were very good for us to be able to sit the exam whilst online and not having to go to an assessment centre, and to be able to do it all from a laptop at minimal preparation time or work was definitely an advantage.
Good. Okay, so Keith, one final question. If you were to recommend Amatis to one of your colleagues or friends, what would you say?
I would definitely recommend Amatis, and I have used. I mean, I'm in the 3rd exam now, and I would recommend Amatis over the other 2 that I'd used. I would recommend that to colleagues if we were to discuss the course, and because it's very user friendly, it's easy to set up. And yeah, the kind of I think it's just a very good user interface and flow of the coursework as well. So that certainly worked for me.
Lovely.
Thank you, Martin.
Okay. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.